That blue and yellow can in your garage is quietly destroying 12 of the things you spray it on the most. And the cruel part is, you reach for it because you think you are protecting them. I am going to walk you through all 12, and for every single one I will hand you the right product that costs $4 or $5 and actually lasts for years instead of hours. Here is the number to hold on to for the whole video. Roughly half of what is inside that can is solvent that evaporates within 24 hours. Spray it today, and by tomorrow the part is dry again. Stick with me, because number 4 is one people spray without thinking, and it can genuinely get somebody hurt. Number 10 is the one almost everyone has done their entire life believing it was the smart move, and it is the exact opposite. I stopped using this stuff for anything but one narrow job about 3 years ago, and the difference in my tools, my locks, and my hinges has been night and day. Start with what is actually inside the can, because the name gives the whole game away. WD-40 stands for water displacement, 40th formula. It was created in 1953 for the aerospace industry to push moisture off the skin of the Atlas rocket so it would not rust sitting on the launch pad. That is its real job. It is a water displacer and a light solvent, not a lubricant. It is mostly mineral spirits, a petroleum solvent that flashes off fast, with just a trace of light oil left behind. Spray it on a squeaky hinge and the squeak does stop. Then the solvent evaporates inside of 24 hours. The thin oil film dries up, and you are left with a sticky petroleum residue that grabs dust, grit, and moisture like a magnet. Now the part is worse than before you touched it, so you spray it again. That cycle is the entire business model. Number 1, and it is the job almost everybody swears by it for, door hinges. The squeak comes back within days because the lubricant already evaporated, and now the residue is sanding grit into the pin every time the door swings. A $4 can of white lithium grease ends it for good. It clings to the pin instead of washing off it. One shot lasts a year or more, and the squeak does not come back next Tuesday. Number 2, locks and deadbolts. This one quietly ruins more locks than any other mistake on the list. WD-40 gums up the tiny pin tumblers inside, and the residue attracts dust until the cylinder is packed with grime, the key barely turns. The fix is powdered graphite, about $3 a tube. It is a dry lubricant, nothing for dust to stick to, and a single puff into the keyway has the lock turning like it is brand new. Number 3, bike chains. The solvent strips out the real chain lube the manufacturer put there, then leaves a tacky film that road grit sticks to instantly, and that grit grinds your whole drivetrain into early retirement. A proper dry or wet chain lube, around $6 a bottle, lasts dozens of rides and keeps the grit from ever bonding to the chain. Number 4, and this is the one I told you could get someone hurt. Brakes. Bike brakes, motorcycle brakes, anywhere near a braking surface. People spray it to silence a squeal, not thinking about what it actually is. It is a light oil, and oil on a brake rotor or a rim destroys your stopping power. A brake squeal is a sign of worn pads or glazing. Clean it with proper brake cleaner, which flashes off and leaves nothing behind, and never put an oil-based product anywhere near it. Number 5, garage door tracks and rollers. That is heavy metal moving under real load, and WD-40 is far too thin to hold up. It evaporates, the door gets louder, you spray more, and the residue cakes the rollers in grime. White lithium grease or silicone spray on the rollers and hinges runs the door quiet and smooth for a year on one application. Number 6, rubber. Door seals, window gaskets, weather stripping, the gasket on your fridge. WD-40 is a petroleum solvent, and petroleum breaks rubber down. It dries it out, and within months the seal cracks and stops sealing. Silicone spray does the opposite. It conditions the rubber, keeps it soft and flexible, and protects it from cracking. $4, and your car door seals stop freezing shut in winter as a bonus. Number 7, power tools and anything with sealed bearings. Drills, fans, electric motors, bench grinders. WD-40 is a degreaser at heart. Spray it into a bearing and it washes out the packed grease that bearing needs to survive, then evaporates and leaves the bearing running bone dry. A few weeks later it seizes. Sealed bearings are meant to be left alone, and for the light oil points, a $5 can of 3-in-1 oil is all you ever need. Number 8, Firearms. WD-40 attracts and holds powder residue, gums up the action, and over time can seep into primers and cause a misfire. For anything you depend on, that is not a risk worth taking. A proper gun oil, or a CLP, keeps the action clean and reliable and is built to handle the heat and the residue. Number 9, Squealing Belts. The serpentine belt under your hood, or any drive belt. People hear the squeal and hit it with WD-40, which makes a rubber belt slip even worse and rots it from the outside in. A squealing belt is worn, glazed, or misaligned. It is telling you it needs to be replaced or retensioned, not lubricated. Now stop for a second, because we are right at the halfway mark, and this is where it gets personal. I want you to do something for me. Out of the 12, drop a comment and tell me which one you have been doing your whole life without ever questioning it. Be honest. I will bet money it is either number 10 or number 12 coming up, because those are the two that almost nobody knows they have backwards. Keep that 24-hour number in your head, because the next three are the ones where that dried up residue does the most expensive damage. Number 10, and this is the big one, using it to protect tools from rust in storage. This is the exact opposite of smart, and almost everyone has done it. You wipe down your tools or your table saw top with WD-40 before winter, thinking you just sealed them against rust. But that protective film is gone within 24 hours, same as everything else, and what it leaves behind is a thin residue that actually attracts and holds moisture against the bare metal. So you walk away thinking the job is done, and 3 months later, you open the drawer to surface rust on tools you were sure you protected. For real storage protection, you want something durable. A thin coat of paste wax, or a proper corrosion inhibitor, or even a light film of machine oil that does not evaporate. Any of those will still be there in spring. WD-40 will be long gone by the next morning. Number 11, zippers. Stuck jacket, zipper, tent zipper, sleeping bag. People spray in WD-40 right on it. The petroleum stains the fabric permanently, and the residue grabs lint and grit until the zipper is rougher than when you started. Rub the teeth with a graphite pencil or a little bar soap or beeswax instead. No stain, no grit, and it glides. Number 12, garden and pruning tools. The shears, the loppers, the bypass pruners. People coat the blades to fight rust and sticky sap, but the petroleum residue gums up worse with plant matter, and it is not something you want smearing onto living plants and fresh cuts. Wipe the blades with 3-in-1 oil, or even better, a food-safe camellia oil, and you get smooth cuts, real rust protection, and nothing harmful going onto the plant. So here is everything you actually need, and it is far shorter than the list of things WD-40 wrecks. White lithium grease, $4. For hinges, garage doors, and metal that moves under load. Silicone spray, $4. For rubber, plastic, and weather stripping. Powdered graphite, $3. For every lock and zipper in the house. A can of 3-in-1 oil, $5. For light oiling on tools and garden blades. And a small tub of paste wax, around $6, for long-term rust protection on the tools you actually want to keep. Around $22 total, and most of those will outlast a decade of buying that blue can on repeat. I'm not telling you to throw the can out. WD-40 is genuinely excellent at the one thing it was invented for, driving water out. Drawing a wet ignition, flushing crud off a part before you grease it, breaking loose a stuck bolt for the moment, lifting a sticker, keep it for that. Just stop reaching for it as a lubricant or a rust protector, because it was never either one. And every time you use it that way, you're paying to slowly destroy the thing in your hand. If this saved you from ruining one more lock, hinge, or tool, do me a favor and share it with somebody who keeps a can on their workbench. See you in the next one.